Hello everybody, welcome to Demon Lord Retry episode, oh my god, what number is this? 8? Episode 8? I'm gonna say 8, and if that's wrong, oops. This episode was, just, I know this show isn't technically very good, I said it before, but I'm just having, every week I'm just like, yeah, just enjoyable enough, There's worse things today than this show, so I think that might help my enjoyment of it. I'm just thinking, at least it's not that other show. But yeah, I had a good time. We had the first meeting of her name's Angel. I remembered to write it down this time. The third sister. She met Kunai seemingly out of nowhere. They had tea. Noticed that he smokes a lot. There's a lot of shots of him just lighting a cigarette. Honestly, watch the episodes again. Take a shot every time he lights a cigarette. But anyway, let's see what happened from beginning to end. Let's do this thing. Episode starts with our boy Zero getting cheered a lot. Remember at the end of last week he killed that demon guy. Then Tron and the Queen give him a big old hug and he's like, what is happening? I'm not a fan of this. Then as Kunai, I guess this is like the next day, he goes to see Angel and they talk for a bit about whether he's a threat and a lot of stuff, and he's like, he gives cryptic answers. It'd be a lot easier if he just said, nah, I'm just trying to go about my day, I'm just trying to make the world a better place. Just, it doesn't matter if you lie, but just say, yeah, no, I'm not a bad guy. But he doesn't. He just be's really cryptic. Then he asks to use the library, and he wants to research the Seraph. Doesn't give his reasoning because that would make his life way easier. And then she's like, did you defeat that Demon King? And he's like, phew, Demon King? More like Demon Stink. That's the best joke I can think of, I'm sorry. We learn he's got fast travel and he laughs a bit. Then he meets back up with Owaku and they go to the library to research angels and stuff. And then there's a weird story about a dog. It was a very odd story. And then he goes to a dungeon and gets treasure. So he's like, okay, hey, do those dungeons really have treasure, librarian lady? And she's like, yes. And he's like, okay, I'm going to go get something to resist some magic because only magic can hurt him. Because they didn't exist in the game he came from. I think that's what he was saying. That makes sense to me, That's a logical choice for our boy Kunai. Before heading to the dungeon, though, he's got to deal with some unfinished business. So he splits up from Aku, tells her to go on ahead, heads into an alley. He's been followed. It was Tron. Tron is that little girl. She figured out that he's Zero because she sees colour or something. She sees things as colours. Probably should clarify that. She is not a filthy racist, but yeah, so she knows he's Zero. She's like, I want to meet Zero, and he's like, you could do that, but you have to work for me. And she's like, okay, basically that's how that goes. He goes to introduce her to everyone. Luna kicks up a fuss because she's a devil or something, and then Kunai's like, be good, behave, don't fight, essentially. Then they fast travel back and everybody grabs a hold of him and it's like, it's fine. This show is silly enough where it can pull off a harem. It's when they try and do it in a super serious show is when it doesn't really fit. This show, that fits it fine. I'm not going to complain. Then they arrive back at the village and those bunny people that say bunny in their speech. That's pretty weird. I don't like that. So what does he decide to do at the village? He builds a hospital. A working hospital. It's like a modern hospital, like a real world modern hospital with electricity and stuff that I guess just works. We'll say it's solar powered. And yeah, then they work out some currency conversion. They do like yen to whatever the currency of this fantasy world is. That made me happier than it should have. Like, does that make me lame that I like currency conversion? That's pretty lame, honestly. But yeah. Then the plan is charge the nobles a lot of money because they've got it, and charge the poor people less money because you won't get much out of them anyway, which is interesting plan. It's actually a pretty good plan because then everybody gets healed and you get good money. So yeah, then he builds some hot springs right next door and tells the villagers, those bunnies, he's like, gather so we can have a bath. So I guess that's what we're gonna have next week, is everybody having a bath, which that's something this show would do. We haven't had a bath scene in like a solid 3 weeks. I'm missing them. I'm not really, but I'm missing them, but I'm not. What happens after that? Also, he says we're gonna destroy your houses and then rebuild them. And they're like, okay, maybe not do that. And then he's going on again. He's like, we're gonna squeeze all the money out of the nobles. We're gonna make so much money from all this. He doesn't go He's more like a ha ha ha. I can't do his evil laugh. I apologize. But then he summons another aide, another assistant. He's called Isami. Isami works. Yeah. He summoned another guy. He's gonna summon. I think there was 8, so I guess throughout the story he would summon all 8. Obviously, this isn't gonna animate all that. Although there's not many light novels. I think there's only like 4. I think I mentioned this last week. There's only like 4 light novels, so very early getting an anime. But that's fine, you know. Isekai's a thing. But yeah, that was the end of the episode. He summoned a new aide. So we're 2/3 of the show. 2/3 of the show down. Yeah, 2/3 of the way through. That's a better way of saying it. I'm enjoying this show. You know, it's really, I know it's not good, but I am enjoying it. Perhaps against my better judgment. But I think as long as I can see all the flaws and I can still enjoy it because of that, and I can't complain about that. The show, maybe the one thing the show could do a little bit better is actually have a better plot. I don't really know what's going on. At the moment, it's just like Kunai wants to make money. And if that is the plot, fair enough. But, you know, I don't know what his goal is what I'm saying. Other than at the moment, he just wants to make money. So yeah, maybe make that clearer. There's my one complaint, because I feel like I should at least offer some complaint about a show that is technically not that good. But yeah, thank you everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, consider subscribing for more anime reviews. There's loads of them everywhere, all the time. Thank you everybody for watching. I will see you next week. And bye, guys.